Hi everybody, this is Alchemist2 and I'm back again with another series review. I just recently watched the latest episode of The Magicians. It was called 39 Graves, and it was after the fact of the truth serum that they had all taken, and it led to a massive orgy. Yeah, that's why I didn't speak about that previous review, because I thought that would be a huge spoiler alert, but other people who have seen the episode, they are well aware of this. It was really intriguing to see them just tear each other new ones. Actually, it was just kind of tragic. I thought, oh, this is so inconvenient. But Penny snaps them all back to their senses, and he says, well, actually, Elliot does. He says, now I realize I've interrupted a moment, but if we don't get ourselves to the Netherlands, the beast is going to come and kill us. And I thought, thank you, Elliot, for bringing us all back into reality. And they realize they don't really need a button to go to Phil. Well, Quentin later on realizes through Jules that he doesn't need a button to go to Fillory. Jules, through Matt, has experienced a totally different form of magic, and Josh too. We get to meet Josh, and he's actually year 16 Brakebills graduate, and he comes out of nowhere. He's literally another traveler. I thought, yeah, this just keeps becoming more and more convoluted. But anyways, you've got Elliot and the gang, and because Penny already knows this, but they use the fountains in the Netherlands to travel from one place to another and find out what they need in order to best the beast. Or Josh, actually, he calls him Mothra, which I thought was really funny. I thought, cultural references. Who's going to get that inference, though? It's very aged and retro and actually quite clever. But that's there are two different stories that are happening at one time. Actually, more than that, but it's very complicated and complex and multifaceted. And this one, I think, was one of the best episodes yet, because you get to see the conflict between the characters. And then Elliot, even though he basically tells everybody to get their heads out of their butts, he deals with his own personal crisis when they go into the library in the Netherlands, and he has Mike's book. And Mike was his lover, who was possessed by the beast, and he snapped his neck with his own magic. I thought, ooh. And he burns the book, and of course the librarian starts to reprimand him and scold him, and she says, no, you can't do that. She puts it out with the fire extinguisher, because it's a life. The book actually represents life. And she says, this is irreplaceable. You can't do that. And yeah, it was that scene I thought was very powerful. And she says, you're banished from the library, and she waves her hand, and they reappear elsewhere in the Netherlands near a fountain where they can escape from these insane Netherlanders. And I thought, either it's going to be an epic battle, or they're going to flee. And they do flee, and of course Penny is encountered by a potential strife situation, and he just waves his hand and she's dead. I mean, that's all he has to do, is he basically knocks her down and kills her with the power of his magic. And yeah, they're very powerful now, and it's interesting. And I like the interaction that Jules and Quentin have, because he's probably on the rebound even after what happened with Alice. And yeah, Alice is not taking it well. Well, why should she? I mean, I'm playing devil's advocate here. I would be a little bit scorned myself if something like that happened to me, unless I was more mature about it. And yeah, I tend to be a little bit of the jealous type, so probably not. But they make it to Fillory. They use a time spell. They go back into 1942 and they see Jane. Yeah, it's just becoming ever so confusing, but still very enlightening as to what's going to happen next. And I'm definitely invested. I want to see what happens, and the finale's coming up, so I'm really looking forward to it. But this episode, there's so much going on that I can't go into detail about it. So many details, so many inferences, so many little threads that interweave, that tie everything together. And Lev Grossman is absolutely brilliant, I think, in order to do this, because how could you keep all these storylines straight and make them coherent is what I wonder. But that's basically all I have to say about this particular episode, and until next time, live long, prosper. Ciao, Tutti!